the topic, challenges companies face in the next quarter, and what are the strategies now to use to navigate them. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So many companies and so many challenges with this COVID-19 pandemic, and so many companies are looking for ways and strategies on how to move forward. So that is why we're all here today. So many companies have smiled to the bank and so many have crumbled and shattered. So today we're just looking at how companies are going to take this step and move to the next level. So how is the isolation going in your site, sir?
Well, it's going on well. It's going on well, although I'm working from my office. Although we try as much as possible to be as socially distant as we can. And we also try our best to implement the face mask policy so that everybody is safe and nobody is exposed to anything unnecessarily.
So back to the topic, the challenges. What are your thoughts on the strategies that companies can do? Because it's not all companies that are down this period. For example, like Zoom, this platform we're using now, They are making money this period. So what are your thoughts on companies who are facing the challenges during this pandemic to skyrocket out of this?
Okay, well, first off, what you look at it from the angle of, okay, like you earlier mentioned, you talked about Zoom, right? Zoom is a tech company. They provide this service that we are currently utilizing. Now, what I would say is that for companies to get out of this, I believe they need to be more innovative. So, for instance, before the pandemic, my company had made investment in IT infrastructure, right? It was as if we knew that a time like this was going to come when we would need to work remotely, right? And we had already tried to build a ERP and invest heavily in IT so that by the time, so like I said, nobody even knew, we're not prepared because it actually caught everybody unawares, right? And it was really helpful during the lockdown. So for us, it was easy for us to, work remotely because we had made that investment in IT infrastructure. We even went as far as getting what we call a VPN that we could use to connect to our office network while we were away, so that we'll be able to, because there are some of our office applications or company applications that we can't access from locations outside the office. So that VPN was helpful for us to use to access the office network, so that we could as well access those applications that we needed to away from the office. So companies really need to take investment in IT infrastructure really seriously, because that is what has actually helped, in this period. Then again, you look at companies that do not necessarily have an online presence. This period, a lot of companies had to shift from the normal physical interaction or interfacing with clients to doing it online and remotely. So generally, it's a situation where companies just need to be very innovative and come up with more innovative solutions for them to remain in business.
I can't see your face. I'm only hearing you. I don't know if it's possible if I can. Oh, yes, I'm seeing you now. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, how has, from the accounting firm, right, how has the accounting sector been affected
Okay, well, for us as a business or as a company, most of a couple of our clients had issues, regarding the contract that we have with them. So generally, we have I can just categorize our clients into two. The ones that we do one-off, or let me just say we do it on an annual, we service them on an annual basis, while there are a couple of them that we have on a monthly retainership, right? So for those that we have on a monthly retainership, a couple of them had to reach out to us during the pandemic and made us know that it was not going to be easy for them to continue with us on that monthly retainership because they had issues with a couple with their own clients as well. So because they were going to be having a dip in their revenue because they were not doing business during that period. So a classic example is, so I have a client in the media industry, and for that client, they are heavily dependent on advertising, they're heavily dependent on doing shows, all these outdoor activities. And in the instance where we are social distancing, that wasn't going to be possible. In fact, the bulk of their revenue stream is from events that they organize, that they host. So it was really going to be tough for them. And since that is the bulk of their revenue, they had to let us know the challenges that they were facing at the time. So what we did for them was we just, we came to a gentleman agreement. Since they've been a very good client for quite a while, we just had to come to a gentleman agreement, and we told them we're going to continue servicing them no matter how little their transactions were going to be during this pandemic period, pending when, they bounce back. We don't know how soon, but we believe that someday it is going to bounce back. Now, if we had that with some other clients, especially those that are on retainership basis with us, in fact, there was one that had to slash our consulting fee by about 70%. Wow. Because they felt that, in as much as we are still going to be there assisting them, that they still needed to just give us something too, because they realized the fact that we too are in business. So for them, they only slashed what they were going to be paying us, and we just agreed to support them because we realized that it's really hitting everybody, or it has really hit everybody in a way that nobody actually expected. I mean, I can tell you for a fact that when the year 2020 started, if someone had said that, I mean, by May, June, this was how everything was going, this was how the situation of the world would look like, I mean, it would have been, nobody would have believed it. Yes, so for us, I mean, we just try our best, but unfortunately, I think as things started picking up, a couple of people that we do, that we service on an annual basis, one-off, have approached us. We've done, we've done things for them, and I mean, that's just what we've been doing so far. But I can tell you for a fact that it has not been easy, because for us as accountants, when we look into the books of clients and see, okay, what has the impact of COVID-19 been between March and June, I can tell you for a fact that the books are not looking good. The books are definitely not looking good.
I was in a Zoom meeting, and the speaker that was there spoke about adaptability.
Yep.
So I wanted to ask, how can you impute that adaptability in the accounting sector?
Okay, so with respect to adaptability, right? So for us, we also let me take it this way, right? In our sector, we, for most of our clients, they actually love this traditional way of doing things, and so when you normally we go to the field. We go to the field for audits, to do audits for our clients. Now, because of this, because of the pandemic and the fact that everybody needs to stay safe and do business as well, what we have tried to do is we have tried to reach out to those our clients that prefer us to come to their offices and let them know that we cannot come, it's no longer business as usual. We can no longer come to your office to do review of hard copy documents. So what we have done is we make use of an app called, we make use of Dropbox, right? So what we've encouraged most of our clients to do is we've tried to tell them that scan all these your documents, upload them on Dropbox, share the link with us. That way it's easy for us to review whatever documents that would have naturally needed to go to their offices to review. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes it easy for us to review those documents without having to be physically present in their office. So it still boils down to companies trying to or making use of information technology, because that is the only thing that can actually help in this period. Having an online presence is very, very key and very important in this pandemic. So the best way to adapt to this is simply by trying to see how you can move all your physical documents into the cloud. In fact, we make use of cloud accounting softwares too, right? So I mean, a client employs me as their accountant. So all I need to do is, or all we need to do is onboard them on the cloud accounting software, right? And then post the transactions that they need, post whatever transactions they need to post, upload anything that needs to upload real time, generate management accounts. So it's such that wherever you are in the world, you can have access to your records, your data, just at the click of a button on your laptops. Yeah.
Very good. Just yesterday, WHO announced that there are some cases where a patient can have the virus and not spread it. And do you feel that with that announcement, things can start working in pleasant places for companies?
Okay. Well, for now, WHO made the announcement, yeah, but it does not necessarily mean that it's something that we can actually. So there's a saying that you're better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Right. So if that WHO has made the announcement doesn't mean that strain of the virus might be in your immediate community or in your immediate location. You never can tell, because even we had instances where a lot of people were asymptomatic, and you won't even know. You've already come in contact with the person, and you never can tell. So, or you hear people say things like, "Oh, they lost their sense of smell, lost their sense of taste." Whether attributing some form of malaria or whatever it's called. So I would say that even with the announcements, right, it's still best to remain as safe as possible. Wash your hands as often as you can, and as much as you can use your face mask, right? Until, like I always tell people that, life would most likely not get back to normal until a vaccine is found for the virus. Because every day we keep hearing of maybe a new strain, or you keep hearing that something new has happened in China, and all those things. By the time you keep hearing about it, it just keeps you on your toes. So the WHO announcement doesn't change anything for me. Yeah.
So it's always best to stay safe, because just yesterday I heard a report of someone who died in Nigeria here of the same COVID-19 disease. So with your work, with your contribution, that was a very nice one. You should still stay safe because many companies are looking forward for that announcement where they will say everybody can do whatever they like, everything is back to normal, you can go and do this, go to the cinemas, do this. Many companies are waiting for that moment, and they have not still gotten that call yet. They are still waiting patiently.
No.
So by the special grace of God, I believe that this pandemic will come to an end,
Yeah,
and looking forward to increase and boost the economy globally and nationally. So I want to thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Sir
I
Joshua.
really appreciate the little time you spent with me. Thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you.
Mr. Joshua Lutu.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.